All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and we've got some very, very good news and some fake news to talk about, and it relates to Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, and Jake Paul. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and I am over the hill happy for Terence Bud Crawford and the boxing world, as it is being reported by reputable sources. The reputable source I'm going to point to is Salvador Rodriguez of ESPN confirmed that legitimate reports state Terence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez have reached an agreement to fight each other. It's believed to be in September. One date that has been given is September 13th. In another report, they said that the date is undetermined or the date was not given. So September 13th, go look at your calendar. If it is the Saturday that falls closest to Mexican Independence Day, then that will be the date of the fight, because we know what dates Canelo Alvarez fights. He fights in May and he fights in September. Sometimes he'll turn around after September and fight in December as well. So very reasonable time frames here. Now, that is the reasonable and reliable report, the one I like it a lot. The one that is not so reliable is the one that I heard from Rick Glazier. Got to tell you, man, I like this feature on Twitter where if you block somebody or they block you, that you can still see their tweets, but you just can't reply. Because now I can see Rick Glazier again, because I blocked Rick Glazier and Rick Glazier blocked me. Best block that I've ever done. But in this particular instance, went to his page and said, wonder what news he's talking about. And he says that Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez may be fighting on Cinco de Mayo weekend. Now, that is a report that I am hoping and I am praying is incorrect, because that would be a travesty. Similar to when Anthony Joshua fought Francis Ngannou and got a ton of credit for knocking out Francis Ngannou. And that was right before Anthony Joshua then got into the ring with a real fighter, Daniel Dubois, and got beat up. So it wouldn't bode too well, in my personal opinion, for Canelo Alvarez to fight Jake Paul before he fights Terence Crawford. Now, I'm not taking that report too seriously, but hey, Jake Paul is a player in boxing. That fight would definitely do a lot of pay-per-views. My understanding, according to Rick Glazier and the other people reporting, is that it would be a combination of a PBC, Canelo Promotions type of fight. So anyway, we'll find out whether or not that's true in time or not, as we will find out about the Terence Crawford-Canelo Alvarez fight. Now, as far as the Terence Crawford-Canelo Alvarez fight goes, I like the fight. I'm happy for the fight. I'm happy that the money was found for the fight and that they're able to do it. Sounds like a good thing to me. There's people out there that are saying, oh, this is just a cash grab or a money grab for Canelo. It's a money grab for Terence Crawford. And yeah, it's definitely a money grab for Terence Crawford. It's definitely a money grab for Canelo Alvarez. Definitely Canelo Alvarez fighting Terence Crawford is only about the money for him, especially when you know that there's somebody that is in that weight division or around that weight division that would be just as big a fight, if not a bigger fight, that people are really asking for. And that's the winner of last weekend's fight the headliner of last weekend's pay-per-view, which was David Benavidez, who beat David Morrell. More people want to see that fight. And I believe, and I think most people believe that it would be a more competitive fight, and one that, David Benavidez might actually be favored to win over Canelo. So having Canelo fight Terence Crawford, there's people that are saying, that's just a cash grab. So yeah, it is for Canelo. Yeah, it is for Terence Crawford. But at the same time, hey man, you only live one time, man. You only have so many times you can grab that cash. So I don't blame Terence Crawford. I don't blame Canelo Alvarez. Now, as far as who wins the fight, most people are going to say that and pick Canelo Alvarez to win. I have to go along with that. But again, I'm rooting for Terence Crawford. And I know that if the size difference can be neutralized, then hey, we've got to fight for real. But even if you can neutralize the size, Canelo Alvarez is still an exceptional fighter. So it's not going to be easy for Terence Crawford to overcome that, even if there wasn't the size thing. But there is the size, there is the strength, there is the power. So yikes, man. It's just something that you got to really wonder whether or not Terence Crawford is biting off more than he can chew. But look, there's been other fighters that have been able to do it. There's other fighters that have moved up big weight classes and were able to pull, weight classes, were able to pull it off. Roy Jones Jr. was able to move up to heavyweight all the way from, I do believe, light heavyweight, skip 2 weight classes and beat John Ruiz. But, clearly here's the thing. John Ruiz is not Canelo Alvarez. So, but I like the fight for Terence Crawford. Honestly, it's a fight where Terence Crawford can't really lose. He's going to make a ton of money. If he wins the fight, people are going to argue that he's one of the best fighters of all time. Of course, the arguments are going to jump back up about whether or not Terence Crawford is better than or on the level of a Floyd Mayweather Jr. because people say, well, Floyd never really jumped up that high. Yeah, but the immediate retort is going to be Terence Crawford, if he moves up and beats Canelo Alvarez, will just be beating somebody that Floyd Mayweather Jr. also beat, and was able to beat him, earlier in his career. But anyway it goes, if Terence Crawford is able to win that fight, look, let the comparisons be made. Hey, he's definitely going to be in the ballpark of being somebody that deserves to have those comparisons made. Anyway, like I said, I'll take the fight with Canelo. Definitely do not want the fight with Jake Paul between Canelo and Jake Paul, but I will take the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight. Anyway, that's my take. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.